Alright, welcome back. Here we are down in my shop, getting ready to show you guys gluing the very first vane on with the new Aerovane Jig from Firenock, using the Aerovane glue. Let's see if you guys can see that. It is the AG0600 glue. It is 100% acetone solvable, so if you want to clean it up at a later date, all you have to do is use acetone and it'll clean right up. Anyway, we're indexed on 0 on the jig here. The very back end where the indexing marks are, and we're on 0. You can rotate it around to 120. Of course, it has a 180 if you want to do a 2-fletch configuration. 240, back around to 0. I've got a little bit of the glue on the clamp here, and you can see that thing is really got some downward pressure. It's just holding extremely tight. Anyway, you let that set for just a few seconds, and then we'll be ready to fletch another one. Got a little acetone over here that I'm wiping on the base of the vane after I have it in the jig, and that way it cleans it and preps it so that it's ready to adhere to the shaft. Clean the shaft with acetone and wiped it down really well, so it's ready to go too. That one should be just about ready. You want to open the jig up, you want to rotate down and out, and there you go. As you can see, I put probably way too much glue on that one, even though I was trying to be careful. I can tell right just by looking at the base of this jig that, I mean, the clamp here, I've already got way too much glue, so I'm going to have to take a second and just clean that off. So there's another nice little feature about that jig, about this jig with this stainless steel clamp. Just takes a second and you're ready to go again. As you can see, I've made a pretty bad mess of that first one, but with just a second of cleaning here, no scraping involved when using this glue, I'm ready to go again. Alright, got the next vane in. Got to get its orientation just right, and there we go. Get a fresh Q-tip and wipe down the base. Wipe it down very clean. Give that a half a second to and that is just a very, very fine amount, and I'm actually going to use this Q-tip to spread this one because I think I got a little much on that one as well. We're back at the next index mark. Get started at the back end, and we're going to let that set down in there. And man, that thing, it really has, the magnet is just so incredibly tight. And I think what I'm going to do is actually take a Q-tip and clean a little of that off, because I have really coated that first one on there way too much. So I'm going to take a Q-tip and just take a second and get that off. So, as you can see, this is my first time, so there again, you open the clamp up, rotate down and out. That's the 180 mark. Make sure you bring it around to that 240 mark. Now I want to put another vane in. So I can get my fingers to work. Okay, there we go. Now I need one more Q-tip. Cleaning the base. That's all you need to do there. A very small amount of glue. If you guys can see this or not. And even that's probably too much glue. So I'm going to actually take a Q-tip and take a little of that glue off. And well, I tell you what, with the Bitzenberger, which I've used for the past 25 years, standard rule of thumb was that when I were going to fletch one, I held that down for 10 seconds. After I put the glue on there, I would hold it in there so that it would push down and stay in the same spot for 10 seconds. Let me tell you something, with this thing, there is no need to do that. This Aerovane Jig has got such strong, powerful magnets that when you glue it down on there, I mean, when you set it on there, it glues that glue down, it pushes it down. You don't have to push down, it holds it down, it is tight. Alright, so there is the first one. First time I've fletched with the Aerovane Jig, and it's complete, and there you have it. As you can see, I'm going to have to adjust my procedure ever so slightly because you can see a little extra glue in there. I'm used to putting on plenty of glue, and I don't like to use too much, but this glue that he has developed is really amazing. It's you don't have to use but just the slightest amount, and once you get the right amount, that's all you need. Too much glue is just detrimental. It just won't help you one bit. You just need the bare minimum amount to get that base down on that shaft. But that is the first one done right there. Looks like we're going to have many more.